She don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Eat This Twin Cities. My name happens to be Terry Daniel. Tracy Blowers is here as well, and we've got tons of fun stuff to talk about. TB, what up?
How are you doing?
Well, you know how I'm doing. I mean, are you trying to, pretend that we're not married, or why would you even ask me how I'm doing? I mean, you know damn well how I'm doing.
I was hoping maybe it changed in the last 10 minutes, your attitude. You were kind of stressed this week.
No, I've been kind of cranky this week. You know, it always happens like a week before you go on a big vacation. It just seems like you take on all this extra added stress, and it's my own fault.
I know what you mean. Well, and you feel like you have to get all these extra things done that if you were home the whole next week, you wouldn't have gotten done. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I'm even going through the piles of my paperwork and trying to get everything filed. Like, why am I doing that right now? Seriously. I mean, I wouldn't do it if I was going to be home next week.
It's
like
true.
you want to want to have everything perfectly organized before you leave.
I think in our brains we feel like we're never ever coming back.
I know.
It's like we're cleaning everything out, so we got to get everything done that we're supposed to get done this year within the span of about 3 or 4 days.
I know. So we could share. We're going to be gone for a couple of weeks, so our show will be off for those weeks, and we will be back on April 9th.
Yes.
And that show is going to be loaded. That's going to be really fun. We can talk about that later, what's going to be coming up. But I think another thing about this week that's a little bit hard is we're recovering from our big run.
That was a big run, and of course I didn't finish for us it was, and I didn't finish as well as I would have hoped, but it was a great day to get out there and run.
It was gorgeous. And should we share who won?
I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, go ahead and rub it in. You beat me by what, like 1.5 seconds?
Well, yeah, the best part was you were gone when we took off. Like, you were a bolt of lightning. And I thought there was no way I was ever going to catch you. And then all of a sudden I'm running, I look up and I see you. And it was great. And I just kept going right on by and left you in my dust.
Passed me. I was so ticked off that you actually passed me during the race. And I'll tell you who I'm mad at?
Who?
I'm mad at Journey, Van Halen. Let's see here. Who else was on my playlist that I ran to? Prince, Steve Earle, Gwen Stefani, the University of Minnesota Marching Band.
You should have had on the Rocky.
Bruno Mars. All you guys suck because I was supposed to win the race with this playlist.
You should have had on the Rocky theme song like I did. I swear that's what brought me through. And I don't know how you can yell about Bruno Mars. He completely helped me go a little bit quicker. And drinking the Noon. I think that's how you say it, the Noon.
The Noon, there's N, is it N-U-U-N?
Yeah, that little boost of caffeine product. And just all those good vitamins. Woo!
It really does help, and it just kind of hydrates you and energizes you for the race. But it's amazing how music really does help with a really good playlist. And this sounds, this might sound just completely ridiculous, but when I hear like the Minnesota Rouser or the Minnesota Fight song, one of those Golden Gopher songs, I try to imagine that I'm one of the football players running onto TCF Bank Field, and that keeps me going for a few more blocks.
Oh, we still did good. We did better than we did last year, which is always a plus.
Well, my goal is to just never finish last.
Yeah.
And then I am pleased. Who cares if I come in at number 900 as long as there's 50 people behind me? I'm feeling pretty good.
I actually would be okay with even being last, just being out there. I was proud of myself just being out there running.
Well, it was great because then afterwards it was really nice out. Then we went by Jake O'Connor's where they had the big tent set up and they had multiple bands playing throughout the day and hung out outside. It was just glorious, a really good time. If you've never done the Luck of the Lake event over there in Excelsior, you have to do it next year. I guarantee you're going to have a great time. So we hope everybody had a fun and safe St. Paddy's Day. We, played it pretty safe and went over to our neighborhood pub, which is just about a mile away from here, and that would be Kip's. And they had some fun stuff going on in bands throughout the day there, and it wasn't like super packed. It was actually kind of cozy, and they always have a great setup over there.
It is a great setup, and even though it's a hotel bar, it really doesn't have that feel. They kind of have that standalone feel, which is nice. And then they had the Tim Malloys playing, and
yes.
They're a great band.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm a sucker for that kind of Irish music anyway, and it's just Oh, man, you got to love those people getting off the bus and spending the entire day and night at Kips.
I had the giggles too because I was so tired. And then there was all those older people coming in. I mean, even a couple of those little ladies with their walkers cruising in, and they were all dressed up. And here's us, we're all tired.
Yeah, I know. And they weren't dropping by just for a quick beer and back on the bus. I mean, that's like a huge day for those people.
Yeah. And it's a good thing we did do our run, because then we were kind of ate poorly yesterday, pigging out since it was St. Patty's Day. The fish and chips.
Well, but now we've got the noon tablets that we can put in our water.
I don't think those help lose weight.
No, they probably really don't. But
no. The other exciting thing that we have coming this week is that we are going to Travail Kitchen and Amusements, which we've heard amazing reviews on. And they finally set up a reservation system. That's why we never went, because we knew that we were going to have to wait so long in line.
Right.
And so they're the first ones to do this reservation system. You actually pay ahead of time. So it's a little bit different. I mean, you're paying for your meal before you even get there. But we're so excited to check it out, and we can't wait to give you guys all the details and the review of what we thought.
I've been salivating over it for over a year now, because people have told us how great it is, and I can't believe we haven't been over there yet, so that'll be really exciting. Well, the season is here, the weather is getting warmer, and the Minnesota Twins are less than a month away from taking the field at Target Field, and this is exciting. This show is going to be a lot of Twins talk, because we're going to be talking to Chris Iles, the spokesperson for the Minnesota Twins. And then from Go 96.3, we're going to have Michael Pearson on. He works in the promotions department with the radio station, and that station also carries the Twins broadcasts, and he's going to let us know what's going on around the plaza and all the fun things the station does, before and after most of the Twins games. So this should be a really exciting show. If you're a Twins fan, there's going to be some great information coming up.
Yes, I'm so excited to go to the opener, and of course, I'm all about the food, and so we're going to be talking about that too, the different new restaurants.
Well, we haven't been to the opener for a couple of years, and what a great way to start your week. It's a Monday game. It's at like 3:15 or 3:30 or something like that, and man, we're going to meet up with some friends of ours that work over there, and it's just going to be a great time. All right, right now we need to take a break, but when we come back, we'll have Chris Iles on the line from the Minnesota Twins. With Suhan Unfiltered, sports columnist for the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, Jim Suhan presents in-depth conversations with the best writers and sports personalities in the area. Suhan brings professional journalism flavor without the verbal censoring. Find out what unfiltered really means. Only on the Alive and Social Network. SuhanUnfiltered.com. All right, we are back to Eat This Twin Cities with Terry and Tracy, and on the line right now we have Chris Iles. Chris, what is your position over there at Target Field and with the Twins?
Let's just say twin spokesman is probably easiest.
Oh, that's got to be a fun job. How many years have you been doing that over there?
This is going to be my 8th season with the Twins this year, so I was fortunate enough to see the transition from the Metrodome days to the better days here at Target Field.
Well, it's wonderful. And speaking of transitions, it's nice to see the transition from hateful tweets over the last few years to lots of positive tweets about the upcoming season.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the team has not performed like we expect to over the past 4 seasons, so we have been seeing some pretty harsh tweets, and understandably so. But I think we're in a good position this year to be more optimistic than we have over the past 4 years.
Well, I've been a diehard fan since I was about 6 years old.
Glad to hear it.
Just a real quick story. My father used to work for the Golden Valley Post, and he got us onto the field over at the old Metropolitan Stadium all the time, and I got my picture taken with Larry Heisel and Butch Weiniger and Rod Carew, Jerry Terrell, if you remember some of those names.
Yeah, all the classics.
I still have some of their baseball cards. So that, I was kind of bought into the program just when I was a small child. But the biggest question I want to know is how cool and excited are you about this Barrio space?
Oh, we're super excited to have a great local restaurant like Barrio on board to help us bring some great Latin fare to Target Field is huge for us. And that space is going to be a really cool gathering space for people who not only want to watch some good baseball, but it's really built around the social experience that happens at a baseball game. So there's going to be a cool cabana-style lounge with some couch seating. There's going to be high-top tables. And then there's going to be a multi-tiered drink rail that overlooks the field. So not only can you enjoy, some great baseball and tacos and tequila, but you can have a good conversation with your friends while you're at the game.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. And is that kind of above the third baseline going into left field?
That's exactly right. It used to be the New Era Cap Store, and It's a space that, frankly, was a little bit underutilized. So we saw an opportunity to turn it into what we really think is going to be kind of a vibrant social space, and we're lucky to have a great local partner in Barrio to help us create that experience.
I love it. That's my favorite part of going to the game is the food.
Yeah, and now you can have tacos and tequila, which just happened to pair perfectly with summertime.
Sweet.
Yeah, it felt like Target Field was overdue for a new bar-restaurant establishment in there. I'm glad you guys got that done.
Yeah.
Because I love Herbeck's and Townball Tavern and some of the other delicious places in there, but it seems like Barrio is just an absolute perfect fit.
Yeah, they are a great local partner to have, and if you look down the left field line and see the popularity of some of the bar spaces that's currently right above that, I mean, you have the Budweiser roof deck, and then below that is another bar area that's hugely popular. The drink rails are just packed every game, so we're really taking advantage of that and people's desire to experience the game in that way with this 2-tiered drink rail that's going to be overlooking the field.
Oh, tremendous! What other new attractions are taking place this year other than Barrio? Is there other stuff going on that's brand new?
That's going to be the biggest one that people notice. We also did make some changes to our suite level where we carved off 3 suites and we're turning them into one super suite. So that'll essentially be the only other major change. One thing people will notice if they come out for opening day is not only is it going to be a game, but we're looking to create an all-day party in a really great celebratory atmosphere down here at Target Field. So you'll see bands out on the front plaza on Target Plaza. We'll have bands out on Target Field Station where the light rail drops people off. A real kind of festive atmosphere, which is going to be a little bit more ramped up than it has been in years past.
Oh. We can't wait with this weather. It's spring fever. We just can't wait to get to the opening.
Yeah, we've finally had a spring for once, and I'm just fingers crossed that holds until we open here at home on April 13th.
Well, the beauty of this year is, Target Field is always a great place to come and party and eat food and have a great time with your friends. But, this is the first year, I think, in many where there's a lot of promise for this team.
Yeah, we made some moves in the off season to bolster our pitching rotation. I think we're going to see some really good things out of Irvin Santana.
Yep.
He's an exciting guy, got a great personality. And then having Torrey Hunter back on the team brings a whole different kind of energy that we've frankly been lacking over the past couple of years.
He is, even if you're not into sports, how do you not love Torrey Hunter? With all the jerks in professional sports, he's got to be one of the most professional and nicest guys around.
He is. He's got a great energy about him, and one of the big reasons we brought him back is because he is known as a leader in the clubhouse. And being down at spring training and seeing how he's interacting with the guys, that's definitely the Torrey we got. It'll be nice to have him back and have recapture some of that energy from the successful years. And we've got a lot of really good young prospects as well. So to have a guy like Torrey Hunter for them to look up to is going to play a huge role in their success in the future.
Well, I'm sure you can't really verify this, but my sleeper pick to come north when spring break camp breaks is Eddie Rosario. Yeah,
he's been playing well in spring training, and hopefully that continues over the next half of a month here, and it'll be interesting to see. We've got a lot of really good young talent right now. Some of them may or may not be ready to come up yet, but I think we'll see throughout the course of the season those guys develop into what is going to essentially be the next great generation of Twins baseball players.
I really like this Jose Berrios kid. This guy, he has really got some nasty stuff, and he's probably one of the youngest prospects in camp. But he could maybe even be up here by June.
Yeah, and the thing that's really cool about him is just seeing his work ethic. He is a workout freak, and he is really dedicated to baseball, as he should be. But he has a different mindset than you typically see in guys that are as young as he is. So to see that in him early on, I think we can expect some pretty great things out of Berrios.
Speaking of other events at Target Field, what are some of the other attractions like concerts coming up this summer?
Yeah, we do have a couple of concerts. We are bringing back Kenny Chesney for 2 nights in July, and that's it for now. Some more to be announced on the horizon.
Very cool. And of course, Twins have a new manager this year in Paul Molitor, and I was really excited when they made that decision. I think that's really kind of reigniting the fan base as well.
Yeah, to have a Hall of Fame guy like Paul Molitor come in and be our coach. He's a guy who's lived it every day and has the respect of all of the players. It'll be his first season as coach, so it'll be fun to watch how he makes that transition into Twins manager, and we expect him to have some pretty good success with these young players who look up to him because of his Hall of Fame status.
And Chris, did I also see you have some new packages, like a Weekend Warrior ticket package?
Yeah, we do have a Weekend Warrior ticket package, which is cool. Essentially a small season ticket package. It's a different program than we've done in the past, but essentially what fans can do is buy tickets to every Friday night game or every Saturday night game or every Sunday game.
Oh, nice.
So if you have Fridays open, that's a great way to get out to the ballpark. I think it works out to each package is 13 games. We have 13 Friday games, 13 Saturday games, or 13 Sunday games. So it really allows fans to customize their season ticket package to their weekend schedule if there's a night that they prefer to come out to the ballpark.
And Mr. Hughes is the opening day starter. Is that correct?
Yeah, as of right now, hopefully things continue to go well for him in spring training. But he is our opening day starter.
Well, and I see that Kenny Vargas is just tearing up the ball in spring training.
I tell you what, he is a big person. Being down in spring training with those guys, Kenny Vargas and Miguel Sano, those are some large men that can hit the baseball a long way. So, Sano has been sent down, but I think we've got some good things to expect from both of those guys as Sano, especially as he progresses. Yeah,
it's going to be a fun year just to kind of slowly see these guys, come up throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Chris. Well, I know you're a busy guy. We're looking forward. I don't know if we've met in person or not, but hopefully, sometime this season we'll get a chance to meet in person over there at Target Field.
Well, I understand you're going to be here for opening day, so let's meet up then.
Yeah, we should. Yeah. Maybe we can meet up at the bar at Barrio.
That sounds good to me.
Chris, thank you so much for your time. Good luck with the season this year, and we're all really pumped up and looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you guys. Look forward to seeing you at Target Field.
Thanks,
all
Chris.
Right. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, we need to take another break, but that is not the end of our Twins talk because we're going to have Michael Pearson from Go 96.3 on right after you hear this.
The Rusty Gatenby Review is the entertaining show about entertainment from movies, music, and more. Award-winning TV guy Rusty Gatenby and his review is the podcast with the biggest cast in entertainment, part of the Alive and Social Network. You can get that Minnesota connection to Hollywood and beyond any time of the day or night simply by clicking on the RustyGatenbyReview.com. That's the RustyGatenbyReview.com, part of the Alive and Social Network.
All right, we are back to Eat This Twin Cities, and it is kind of a Twins show today because on the line now I have Michael Pearson, who works in promotions at Go 96.3. Go 96.3 is the station that carries the Twins broadcasts. Michael, what up, man?
Hey, Terry, how are we doing this morning?
We're doing real well. Now, I know that you're a diehard Twins fan, as I've been for most of my life. And what exactly are you looking forward to this upcoming season? What really has your heart pumping?
Well, I can tell you right now, first of all, Terry, is that with the warm weather we've had here in March, it is a great start to get a feel for baseball weather here in the Twin Cities. Obviously, it's been a colder last couple of early springs here. The weather itself has been phenomenal early on, and it's going to lead into hopefully for April when the Twins have their home opener on April 13th against the Royals. I think the first thing is, with the new manager, Paul Molitor, leading the guys in the dugout. Molly gets his first chance to manage here at the big league level, and it's kind of I wouldn't say for Twins fans it's a move that was a shocker, but it's nice to have a different voice now.
Yeah.
This organization. Ron Gardenhire was here for many years, and a lot of people still miss Gardy. I'm one of them. But it's always one of those things where you need that new voice in there, and I think he is the perfect guy.
Well, it almost reminds, and this is going to be a really silly analogy, and this is kind of corny, but, it's almost like, they needed a new director at the helm of these new Star Wars movies because, the whole George Lucas concept was getting kind of stale.
exactly.
from the previous three. And as goofy of an analogy it is, sometimes you really do just need new direction and a new voice. And he's the guy.
He's the guy. And you know what? He's got ties with the organization before. You know, he's a Hall of Fame player. He has done everything for this game that you want to lead, you know, some of the younger guys that the Twins will have on this team again this year. So I'm really excited for that. And, you know, hey, Torrey Hunter's back. I mean, it's like here he is at the age of 39. He still wants to play. He has a great passion for the game. He loves the Twin Cities and the Twins. So I think that's going to be a big help for these guys. And even like bringing in a Irvin Santana for the rotation. You have to be able to build, you know, free agency and with your drafts, with your draft picks, and just gel it together. So
yeah, and why is it, do you think, and we were talking a little bit with Chris about, you know, some of the new additions like Irvin Santana and some of these new guys who we've been hearing these names for like 3 or 4 years now. Why is it, do you think, that the major league is so different from like the NFL and NBA, where we have to wait like 4 or 5 years to see like a Sano, a Buxton, Rosario? What is the biggest reason why they don't just kind of roll the dice and get a couple of these guys up here just to see what they can do, especially to help, you know, what's been a really hurting team?
Yeah, you know, the thing is, boy, I tell you, if I had the answer to that, Terry, you know, then I would be with the baseball gods right now. It's so much easier said than done to say, well, you know what, you have a great prospect in Byron Buxton. We all know that this young man, who now hopefully we get to see in the big leagues sometime very soon, why can't you just bring him up, you know, when he's 18, 19 years old? The game for baseball, in my opinion, is that, you know, you can have all the fundamentals and all the skill set in the world, but again, like anything else, the game is so much faster in a way, not just from pitcher standpoints, throwing the ball, but then it's all about like the mentality of the game and situations. And that's where these players really have to understand at the big league level, everybody has to adjust like on any given moment, Terry, if it's a batter or a pitcher. And sometimes if you don't have the experience at that level or at like a higher AAA level, you know, you're going to get really sucked into just, you know, struggling and kind of, you know, I don't want to say getting depressed, but you're going to put yourself in that hole where it's tough to get out, especially for the younger guys, because they just don't have the experience against that top talent.
Well, you were out there quite a bit last year with the radio station, and I know that you don't have the entire calendar set as of yet, but I assume you and Go 96.3 are going to be out there for opening day. Do you have any idea on what you're going to be doing over there?
Well, we actually, Terry, we've been on the plaza the last couple of years with opening day at gate 34. That's the Puckett gate over at Tuck Field. We're going to be over there again. We have our portable booth that we set up on site, and we do play music leading up to the game, and we interact with the fans who come up. It's a wonderful, wonderful time. We're going to be doing that again this year, but then we're also going to be playing music over at Target Field Station, which was just built last summer.
Right.
And so we're going to actually have 2 bands playing, Terry, from 12 to 2. And I don't know exactly who they are as of yet, but there will be live music on site leading up to the game, which will be just after 3 o'clock. So we will be playing music. We'll be having fun, giving away some stuff. We are definitely on site with the Twins. And you know what? Knock on wood, fingers crossed, it doesn't rain or even snow.
Right. Well, it definitely looks like it's going to be a warmer time. This could end up being one of those springs like we had when the first year the Target Field opened. I mean, I remember sitting out somewhere behind like third baseline, and it was like 82 degrees in April.
Yeah, I mean, I was golfing like March 1st. It was like, you're saying to yourself, well, what is this? Like, is this for real? And before you even like really digest it, you just go with it. It's like shorts are on, flip-flops, sandals, shades. And then, you know what, a month later, it could be 20 degrees cooler, and that's just how it is. But you know what, love it. It's so far so good, and I think if this team stays healthy, Terry, you know, we're going to surprise some people.
Well, there's a lot to look forward to, and I think everybody is. There is a new level of excitement this year, just headed into the first game of the year. And what I've noticed too is, you know, with this year, you know, I know we start at Detroit, but the schedule does seem a little bit lighter in April than it did last year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I looked at it actually just recently. We play a lot of, obviously, AL Central opponents early on. I know we open up in Detroit, Chicago. We play the Royals a lot. And you know what? It's not that, you know, it's just random how that works out. I kind of like us playing the divisional opponents early on. I want to see a feel, or I want to get a feel for where they're at. I think this division, Terry, is going to come down right to the final week. I think it's going to be close all year. I know that people have projected Detroit again to win. They're a very good team, but they've also lost some players like Max Scherzer. Obviously, Torrey Hunter type of player in the locker room is gone. It's not a lock that Detroit would win. I think either a team like us or even Cleveland could take a step forward. I don't think the Royals are going to be there. Losing Shields does hurt in their rotation. This is going to be close. And the White Sox made some nice moves too. I like to have them play those guys early on because I want to see where we're at.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
In my opinion, it's a good thing.
Well, we'll end this with some of your sleeper picks. My sleeper pick was the fact that when camp breaks, Eddie Rosario is going to come north with the team. And do you have a sleeper pick with one of these prospects who will actually come up with the Twins by opening day?
You know what? I think I don't know if it's a sleeper pick, but Miguel Sano, Terry, is my guy. If he does get a chance to come up to the big leagues and show what he can do, it's just going to be something special to watch. He's got tremendous power.
Yeah.
And I know the Twins want to see him in that lineup. If you can put him right behind Kenny Vargas, at that 5 spot.
Oh, it's just really, I can't wait, man. I can't wait for all these guys to be up here. And in your mind, who is going to be starter number 5?
Starter number 5. Okay, drum roll, please. Here we go. Big one. We have some options here. Yeah, and that's a good thing. I honestly, I would like to see Tommy Milone get it. I think that Tommy Milone coming over from Oakland last year, he's a left-hander, which is very crucial to have in a rotation. But I still think Meyer, you can put him in the bullpen to start. Trevor May, the same thing. Or you can send one of those guys back down to AAA for a little bit more. I like Malone. He's looked good so far from what Mahler has said. But, I like how he pitches, and I like that you have that left-hander in a rotation. I really do. It does change things up, and he's been in the league now a little bit where he understands the game, and he wants to prove himself. So
well, and everybody says that Pelfrey looks like a new guy. I mean, I have to see that to believe it, but I don't know.
Who knows? You know what? I just hope, Terry, if they're healthy and they can pitch, hey, all the better for us. So.
Absolutely. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you and Go 96.3 out there on the plaza on opening day. And Michael, I really appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you very soon. And go Twins.
Go Twins, Terry. All right, man. Have a good one.
All right. Take care, man. Appreciate it.
It's that time to announce the winner of our sweet Twins t-shirt.
Yes.
It was a St. Patrick's Day green Irish looking t-shirt this time, and it's so awesome. I'm surprised you didn't try to keep this one.
I know. That's the problem with all of our prizes. They're usually so cool that I want to just keep them all. And that Twins green St. Patty's Day, oh my God, what an awesome t-shirt. This is a great prize.
It is. And so, ready? Drum roll, please. The winner is Teresa Johnson.
Oh, Teresa Johnson. We don't know you, but we love you.
Woohoo! Finally a winner that we don't know. Woo!
You're our favorite listener.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right. Great job, Teresa. And of course, we appreciate you listening as well. And by the way, I haven't said this for a couple shows, so I'm going to say it again. Please help support our show by sharing it on social media. That means Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We really appreciate the support.
Yes, we do.
And TB, we are gone next week.
We are for an extended time because this is our honeymoon.
Why, yes, it is. And we're going to be in 2 different parts of the island, so this is going to be a fabulous trip. I'll have a little bit of recording gear on me, but we won't actually be doing a show now for, a couple of weeks?
Yep, our next show will be April 9th, but we will be posting a bunch of food pictures and fun and just the hot spots in the Bahamas, and we'll also be in Miami for a night. So we'll be sharing that on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/EatThisTwinCities. And when we come back for our show on the 9th, that's going to be packed full of fun. It's going to be Mr. Burns, which is a show at the Guthrie. We'll be doing a review. We'll do our review about Travail, which that's where we're hitting tonight.
Yep.
There's also an event called Rock the Cradle that's going to be at the Minneapolis Institute of Arts. And so, and plenty of other stuff. It's going to be a great show. So make sure to come back and listen in then.
And keep in mind, I'm going to be broadcasting from Harbor Island. I'm going to be reporting about the waves while I'm surfing. Right. Like you're ever going to see this guy on a surfboard. Not happening. All right. So until next time, eat this Twin Cities.